Have you ever wondered how numbers got their shapes? Well, when you look back during the Roman times, the Romans had Roman numerals. And if you'll look at the Roman numerals closely, what you will recognize is that they are all in straight lines. Now, the reason why they did this is because they were made in wet clay. And if you had a curve in your line, when the clay dried, it would usually crack. And so all their letters, all their numbers were in straight lines. Well, then these numbers were created. And these are the ones that we're familiar with. And have you ever wondered how they got their shape? Ever wondered why that 7 has that slash mark in the middle and sitting on the foot? Well, they all represent something. And what they represent is how many angles there are in each symbol. For example, number 1 has 1 angle, and number 2 has 2 angles, and number 3 has 3 angles. And if you look at the rest of the numbers, each symbol represents how many angles they have. Now, you'll notice there's not a 0 in here, and that's because early philosophers didn't think that a 0 was a number, and they said, how can something be nothing? And so they counted in base 6. They thought 6 was a magic number. You can take its divisors, 1, 2, and 3, and add them up, and it equals 6. And there are only 23 numbers that they can do that with. So they used to count in base 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, kind of weird, right? But we count in base 6 every day. How do we use base 6 every day? Telling time. Time is in base 6. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day. It's basically base 6. Now, in about 500, 600 AD, the 0 was created. And when they created the 0, we can now count in base 10, 100 million, billion, trillion. And what you'll notice about the 0 is that it has no angles.